My automated futures trading bot had quite the day today, May 19th, using this role reversal strategy. You can see right here, we take high and low levels like this high right here, which is currently acting as resistance, bending the downside. Once we break above it at 8:30 Chicago time, 9:30 Eastern time, market obviously gets volatile, goes way up, and comes back down to retest this resistance, which is now going to act as support. Our bot enters the trade right here, barely goes down a little bit, then have this massive green candle right afterwards, hit our profit target, which was right about the 14 period moving average, and that made us about $2,000 on one NASDAQ contract, which only costs about $1,000. So that's almost a 200% return very quickly in the day. Now, normally I would say call it a day. You hit real big like that. You don't want to get super greedy, but since we did have a lot of cushion for the day, I ended up letting the bot run a little bit longer just to see how it would do, and it didn't do amazing. It kind of broke even on the next couple trades after a few. Then I ended up calling it a day. But you can see right here, similar concept. We set a high right here, break above it for a few candles. Honestly, this candle almost closed below it. If that was the case, our bot would not have entered this trade because we try and have a few closes above instead of just one or two. But closed slightly above it, we enter long, got stopped out at the moving average. Not a horrible trade. I mean, we lost like $300, still up, what is that, 1,600 give or take. So not horrible. Market usually gets less volatile as the day goes on as opposed to the first, 30 minutes. You can see right here, we did not enter a trade because we touched this level, and the idea is that a low point is going to act as support. Now, oftentimes that gets broken, and we want the role reversal. So if this had gone below for a few candles and then bounced back, we would bet to the downside, as that support would then turn to a resistance level. Sure, sometimes you could play the bounce off these levels, but it's fairly risky, and a lot of times they get broke through, and we like to play the reversal, which is the whole thesis of this futures trading bot that I run. You can see right here, same thing happens. So we set the high, so we didn't just bet to the downside right at the high because it keeps on going. However, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple closes right above this level. Upon touching it, we bet long and did not work. We lost about a little 350 or something on this trade. We got out at the moving average. Not ideal, but like I said, I mean, to lose 600 on two trades, we were already up 2,000. It's still a banger of a day. Not that bad. And we do end up hitting this next trade right here. Fixed my line a little bit. And this was the same level we tried to use earlier. Did not quite work. However, the next time we were successful, and this one ended up making about $500. So while that first loss was only about 300, bang, we hit for 500. Entered at that same level, and our profit target was right about that 14 period moving average. You don't have to use the moving average as your profit target. I do, because a lot of times that can act as a support or resistance level, so it might hit that level and turn around. Plus, you got to get in the habit of taking profits when you have them. Too often, I'll see a trade go up and I'm like, wow, this is great, I'm making money. Then it turns around, and it sucks when you're up quite a bit and then it turns around, you lose money on it. So the frequency of hitting these trades is pretty high. So I like to take the wins when I have them, move on, as opposed to, the first trade of the day. Sure, we hit quite a bit of money, but it was super volatile. And so when you have these large candles, you can go for that $2,000-ish win, because it only takes two candles. When it's not as volatile, like right here later in the day, you don't want to get too risky and be like, oh, I want to go for a $2,000 win here, because it'd have to go way up here, and it could take a while. It could turn around. You really don't want that risk. You want to just take the wins when you have them and move on. So at this point, we're about, these three trades were about even. Obviously, we had that huge first win And it's still early in the day. It's only 10 a.m. right here, or 11 a.m. Eastern time. I use a virtual private server, which is based out of Chicago, so that's why the times are 1 hour off if you're looking at Eastern time, New York. But still early in the day, and we had hit for quite a bit. So at this point, I didn't want to let it keep running and potentially lose money. I did just watch the market. I watch it obviously all day, and I monitored some trades, and it would have made some trades that ended up being stops later on, and it would have given back a decent amount of the profits. So when you have a big win, move on, call it a day. It's less stressful just being able to watch the market for fun, as opposed to trying to make more trades or hoping the bot doesn't blow the account, you know. So we called it a day after this one. Big win, big day, and that is our bot trading for today, May 19th.